Hi Aquarius, I hope that everybody's doing well. Before we get into it, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. There may be a conversation coming up with someone about feelings. Someone may be expressing their feelings to you. What they're thinking even. Ooh, there's a debate going on here. For some of you too, you could be figuring out who you want to be spending time with. Like, you could even be picking between options. This can also be business ventures too. It's like maybe figuring out what you want to be investing in. For some of you, you could be getting an investment. Or someone investing in you, meaning. But this can also be a relationship. I'm looking at the Two of Cups. It feels kind of like choosing a person, which is like a strange setup, but maybe something like that is happening. It's like maybe it's also figuring out who you want to spend time with or who you want in your life. Who you want to be your best friend. The Lovers, maybe more than friends. Yeah, for some reason, it feels almost like trying to figure out who to give an opportunity to. It's like, who's on your level? Who do you connect with? It's like, you even want to know, like, who's going to match your energy and be the right person. I will say, if this is reversed, you may feel like someone's choosing between you and another person. I'm looking at Aries and Gemini here. Yeah, it really does look like choosing between people. How bizarre. So what's the itinerary? How do you know who you want to pick? It's like something that you're going back and forth on. This feels like a strange way to be looking at a relationship, but maybe something needs to be looked at or prioritized even. But this can mean as well, like, you're trying to prioritize something that you're doing with a relationship and like how much energy and time you want to be giving to a relationship versus how much time you want to spend like working or doing the other things that you're involved in. I'm seeing something be reflected upon, but it looks like this is about like somebody that you're close with or even getting closer with or that you want to get close with, and like really analyzing your connection that you have with this person. Maybe if it's worth it to you to continue on. Because maybe you feel like something is being compromised for the sake of a relationship that you don't want to be compromising. Like, maybe you feel like something's not at your level. I feel like there should be a better way to say that. Yeah, it just... If you're the Emperor in this scenario, like, your standards are going to be so high when it comes to what you want in your life, because this is like a very realized energy, and this is all about you choosing this wisely. I'm looking at the Magician here. Especially when it comes to who you're getting involved with. But you may be getting to a point where you're looking for a particular type of relationship and you're trying to figure out like who's going to fit the bill. It looks like you've manifested and created a lot of things for yourself. Like, I'm seeing a creator type of energy here, like someone that's really like made things happen for themselves, and someone that knows the power of their manifestations. Seems like you want to be very careful with what you're manifesting to. So this is like what you're giving weight to, what you're giving energy to right now. You could be, this can even be like picking something that you want to be specializing in. or like a venture that you want to be pursuing and trying to figure out like which one is going to benefit you financially. It doesn't just have to be about finances. It's like maybe the one that fits the best within your life. I'm also hearing your timeline. You could be having an important conversation too with someone about what you want and what you're expecting, and maybe also how you're feeling. I'm seeing it be very important for you to be very, very clear when you have a conversation with this person. To do it from a balanced place. This is like being level-headed, being transparent, being honest, doing it with as much integrity as possible, doing it in the right way, in the way that you feel is right. You could even be breaking news to someone, for some of you. This can even be a working relationship, but that can also be something going on in your personal life too. It's like you're trying to also work with this person, but you're also trying to bring in a reflective perspective. Figure out how to best work with this person, how to collaborate with this person. This definitely for some of you looks like a business venture. Not for everyone. Like I'm seeing this can definitely touch personal life, but I'm seeing something about a business venture and wondering if like someone's compatible enough to be working with them, or if you guys would work well together, and like reflecting on how you guys collaborate. But yeah, that can be like in your personal life too. Do you collaborate well with someone enough to have them in your life in a particular way? It's like, how well do you get on with each other? Do your lifestyles match up? After you reflect on this, your throat chakra is going to be helping you out. Like, I'm seeing something needs to be communicated. Something needs to be, I'm also hearing confessed. Something needs to be said, but you have to be careful with this, because it's like, if you're going to be sending a message to somebody or communicating with someone, you want to make sure that you have like really thought this out before you do it. Like, do not jump ahead before you're ready and before you have like all of your thoughts organized, because you want this to reflect well on you. I'm seeing that be important. Like, we're looking at a very diplomatic energy here with the King of Swords. Like, you may even get outside help. Not for everybody, but for some of you, you may need some outside help to figure out like how you want to formulate what you need to say to this person, or like maybe even get a second opinion for some. Patience, take your time with it. This thing is not meant to be rushed, whatever it is. For some of you, this can even be contractually based, legally based. Like, something could be getting even official. Ooh, the Six of Cups. Someone from your past may be involved in this. Like, somebody that you know, someone that you have history with. This may be about, too, asking what you want from somebody, like analyzing the relationship now as it is in the present and figuring out whether or not this is somebody that's going to work with you, and you guys can have like a common goal where this would make sense to have a relationship with this person now. So this means about like laying everything out on the table and talking about it, not avoiding any subjects. Because it seems to like justice may need to be brought to a relationship that you have. This is with somebody you know. It's somebody you've had a connection with. A long time connection for some of you. And you may be figuring out like whether or not you want to even like commit to them or take it to the next level, or like what your relationship is even going to be. And like if you guys can work things out in a way where it's like meeting your needs and standards and vice versa, and reflecting on this. And this means being honest too about what you want and what you're looking for, and not just glossing things over. It's about like being very, very specific and direct. But in order for you to do that, you have to be analyzing these things for yourself to be able to speak from that place. I'm hearing well informed. So yeah, being honest about what you're looking for and what you want. And also knowing too that it's okay if that means it's not going to work out. But yeah, I'm seeing like you have to take it upon yourself to get something that you want. And if like within the connection, those things are not there, or this person is not willing to like meet your expectations, or like they're not able to, or whatever, 11-11 on the time, then you have to cut your losses and walk away from that and make that decision. Because it seems like this is getting down to a point where you're thinking about what you want, your standards, your expectations, how you want to be treated, what type of relationship you want, what that looks like for you. And because you're getting clear on that, it's going to need to be communicated with someone. I am definitely seeing an attraction here. But yeah, it looks like this is all on you to bring something to light. I'm looking at Aries, Gemini, Virgo, Mercury, Libra. This is also about showing up for yourself as well, and knowing that like if someone's not offering what you want for whatever reason, you're not going to find a sense of fulfillment and happiness in that. And like really being honest with yourself if it's not there, but needing to have that conversation to clarify things and find out. So yeah, just like being really upfront with someone. It's also a sign too, if someone's not willing to have a conversation with you about that, like that's also a message as well. If you can't get someone to be consistent enough to like have a conversation with you, you know? Because this is about like making your own luck and discovering what you think is going to bring you a sense of happiness, and making decisions in alignment with that, in alignment with the reality of this situation, and like really being brave and facing the truth here. It feels too like a general sense of like whether or not you're compatible with someone and like the way that they show up for you. Because there's a focus on like you wanting to feel stable and you wanting to feel secure and you having goals that you're looking to achieve. This is about also cutting out energies that you're around or habits that you're doing that are detracting from you achieving goals that you have. Or even distracting you. For some of you, this can even be like friendships that you're involved in. Because you may want to be careful too with what you have, because you could have like some people around you like checking out the things that you have going on for you. So you want to be mindful of like why people are around you and what they're looking for. Because like some people could be like around you for like the benefit of being around you, and not because like they necessarily want to be around you as a person, but maybe because of what you have. So it's about being mindful of those energies too, and like checking people. I'm seeing this be more so related to like friends and stuff that you're around. And I mean, this can also be like something that's being thought about too. An energy where it's like, well, why do people actually want to be friends with me, or is it because of the stuff that I have? So you may want to be like protective over the stuff that you have or that you're working on, or like maybe not be so showy about certain things, so you make sure you're like attracting in the right energies for the right reasons. And like also so as not to be taken advantage of. Especially too because like Aquarian energy can be very, very generous too. So you want to make sure that like you have protection and boundaries in place as well. Because you may be setting boundaries with people or having certain conversations that like maybe in the past you wouldn't have had these conversations and now you are. Or like certain people that maybe in the past you would have let get away with certain things and now you're not doing that. Because you know it's taking away from like what you have or what you're building from for what you're building. Okay. Or like certain goals that you have. This is also about being like mindful of the energy that you keep within your space, like whatever your home base is for you. This is also about understanding that like every person is going to be coming with a different energy, so don't just like write off a whole group of people because of maybe like one bad experience that you had with someone. It's about being able to discriminate between energies, like ones that you can be open with and welcoming with, and ones that you need to be more protective of like yourself with. I'm looking at Scorpio here. Yeah, it looks like somebody around you may not be in alignment with you. This is somebody you've already had disagreements with. This can be a friend. Like, I'm seeing this be like based off of multiple people. Like, meaning not just a relationship between two people. Like a romantic relationship. I'm seeing this more so be like people you're around, like friendships and stuff, or like even siblings or like family members. But yeah, you would know because like somebody could have like you could have accomplished something or met a goal even, and like somebody around you, you may feel like a kind of jealous energy off of them, or like you may even feel like you can't talk about certain things because like somebody feels a type of way when you're accomplishing goals. This is also something to be mindful of. Like who you're keeping around you. Yeah, it seems like somebody that you need to set boundaries with. This looks like something that's been ongoing. And I'm seeing like for some reason you're holding yourself back from having a conversation or setting boundaries with someone, or like advocating for yourself. Like, this may be a more difficult person to have a conversation with. Like, they may be somebody that gets, like, really defensive or feels like you're attacking them if you bring certain things up. So, I'm also hearing touch and go. Maybe a touch and go situation you're having with someone. But it seems like the way you represent yourself in these situations that this is changing. And this can be somebody too where it's like you accomplish something and like you would expect someone to be supportive and be like congratulations or like to cheer you on, and like you didn't get that response from this person, or like you weren't validated in some way. But I'm not just seeing it be like that. I'm seeing like some type of argument. I'm also hearing disposition, maybe the disposition of this person. But yeah, it led to some sort of like argument or altercation with this person. But it seems like you're getting better and better at like saying what you need to say. But this has been a very big piece of a change for you when it comes to how you're using your voice, especially against energies that you need to protect yourself around. And this means too, like maybe you had been uncomfortable confronting energies that you needed to confront or that you wanted to confront, and now there's a sense of like really not holding yourself back and saying things that you need to say, like always doing it from a place that you feel good about, but still saying what needs to be said. Because yeah, somebody that you may not know is like, you may know them as not being particularly supportive of you, and like they're trying to give you something or offer something to you, or like even make some sort of like proposal or appeal to you in some type of way. And it's like before maybe you would have taken the offer from this person, but I'm seeing something going on, and it's like subconsciously you're feeling conflicted about this, and like you're recognizing why. So this is almost like something is presenting itself to you, and before you may not have thought anything of it, and you would like jump on that or take that, and now there's a sense of being like, you know what, I don't feel good about this, and I'm going to think about this before I make a decision. Because it seems like you're really paying attention more so to what's going on, like what your intuition is telling you, what your body's telling you, how your body's reacting. And like taking a second to understand how that's impacting you and what that means for you as far as energetically what's going on. Because sometimes the conversation that's being had can be very different, like the words being used can be very different than energetically what's playing out. So you're being guided to pay very much, like so much attention to that. And it seems like this is something that you're becoming more and more aware of, like why that doesn't feel right, or why you feel conflicted, or why you feel closed off, or why you're feeling so anxious, and what that means. Like rather than being like, it's the end of the world, I'm feeling anxious, and then you don't do something productive with it. This is about using that as like a means of taking the message from that and what it means, and helping that lead you to make decisions that are in alignment for you. Definitely like a part of you that's evolving when it comes to like your decision making and reading energies and vibes and stuff. Especially with people that you're close with too. And like standing up for yourself too, I'm getting. Okay, so I'm seeing two different storylines. For some of you, there may have been somebody, maybe three then. Okay. This can be a company, a boss, something like that, that you like felt attracted to this thing, but you're moving on from this. It did not instill a sense of peace. That would be the main point of moving on from it, at the bottom of it all. For others of you, this can be a person that they could have been like supporting you financially even, and like there was attraction there, but there's a sense of, again, this not bringing a sense of peace into your life and you moving on from it. Like, even though you may have been getting other benefits from this. For others of you, this could have just been like a very appealing, attractive energy that, because of the other elements of what it brought into your life, you're moving on from it. Like, I'm seeing a lot of moving on energy here to a place where you're feeling like more peaceful in general. And it's like, maybe even accepting that that attraction is still going to be there, and this is also something that's not in alignment for you right now too, which can also be difficult, because it's like, sometimes when we're in relationships with people, it's like, well, if we still love each other, wouldn't we stay together? But there are other circumstances that need to be taken into consideration, and that can be something going on with you and another person. It's like, maybe certain aspects of the compatibility are still there, but because of other things that are going on, it's something that you need to move on from and release. And to have the strength to do that and to clear something out. Yeah. It's because of the way that this person behaves. I'm seeing a very inconsistent energy, and I'm seeing that it brings chaos into your life. Like, you're not feeling peaceful about whatever this is that's been happening. And like, they may not have told you everything that they're doing, but there's a sense of like, even intuitively being able to pick up on this. It's like this person may be distracted. Again, it's a very inconsistent energy. That's how you'd know what this is. It's like they're not giving you a solid answer. It's hard to catch them. It's like sometimes they come in, sometimes they go. It's very sporadic. And I mean, intrinsically, there's nothing wrong with that, but if that's not what you're looking for, that's why you're being guided to move on. So this is all about checking in with yourself and what you want, because it's like, as much as this person may appeal to you, or you feel like very intensely attracted to this person, it looks like you don't have like common goals when it comes to the shape and longevity of the relationship. And like how you're trying to interact with this person long term. But yeah, I'm seeing a decision is going to need to be made about like, I'm hearing, should I stay or should I go? Hard pass? Yeah, no, I'm seeing like, it just seems like somebody's behavior, even though like physically you may have been attracted to them, or it's like you really like that role that they played, or like something about them like you felt was so appealing and so like magnetizing even. It seems like because of the way that they show up and because of the inconsistency of their behavior, and also just wanting very different things from this person, it takes away from the attraction in that way, like emotionally at least. So like physically you can still be feeling that there, but like emotionally, spiritually, I'm seeing it be a no for you now. And I'm seeing something come to an end. And yeah, this is all based off of somebody's behavior, because that's a choice. And it wasn't working for you, and like now you're gonna be finding your peace after dealing with whatever this was. Anything else? Looks like you're going to need to ground what's going on emotionally for you, because you may feel like your emotions are kind of all over the place with this person right now. This is too about breaking down like why you feel the different ways that you feel, in a way where you can like organize and make a decision based off of that. Like even make a pros and cons list or something like that. Whatever helps you make decisions when you feel ungrounded emotionally, or whatever like helps you ground your energy. Because this is ultimately about what feels empowering to you. With the Queen of, not the Queen, with the Empress here. And about sorting that out for you, because maybe you're still even at a point where you're like, I don't know completely what would feel empowering to me, and maybe you're trying to figure out if, like, how this relationship has affected you. But it seems more so like rationally you already know, but emotionally you may like need to get on the same page. It's kind of what this looks like to me. You may also be going through like a rainbow of emotions right now too. Like maybe you're also just feeling more emotional in general, and it's making it harder because you don't feel like as organized. Being guided to follow your intuition. As per usual. It's like the most common thread in every reading. Follow your intuition. Trust your gut. And if you're feeling confused about what your gut is telling you, it may be because you may want something different than what your intuition is actually revealing to you or telling you. And it's about figuring out your way through that, how to problem solve. Looking at Venus energy here. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.